This is amazing. Gary is actually an international celebrity, international clothes model. Yeah, for the Golden Goose. Stand up, Gary. Stand up, come on, show us, Gary. Do a little spin. I love it when they stand up. Yup, I'm a great big dork. I'm going to show everyone in the room. I'm going to do this. I'm going to do this. I'm going to do this. Hey, that feels pretty good. Let's all do this. Come on. No. I'll do yours. You do mine. Come on. That's about as risque as I get. And I've tried that when I was a single guy. Anyway, Gary, thank you for coming. Did I get back to the Jewish thing? I belonged to North Minneapolis back in the 60s was a tough neighborhood, a lot of gangs. I belonged, actually I was the leader. No, I wasn't. A very tough Jewish gang. We called ourselves Bar Mitzvah Boys in the Hood. Yeah, I know not to look at it, but I was there. My friend Barry over here. We were gangsters. We would ride our e-bikes. And, well, we were tough. We had to be. We used to do drive-by circumcisions, people. Okay, that's. I bet. I got a few more of that. But anyway, so being here now, the music part. I don't have any jokes about music, so I'll just move on. Okay, go ahead. What are you looking at?
You?
So talking about getting old, one of the things coming here, ladies and gentlemen, was one of the greatest things that ever happened to me. And I think there's a lot of people here that could say the same thing, you know. Mm-hmm. I came kicking and screaming to Sun City. Mm-hmm. I was very provincial, grew up in Minneapolis and in the suburbs, and where did you learn to whisper? In a helicopter? No, it was kind of Sherry's fault. The story basically is this. So, her parents, they had a house right on Tradewinds Way, which is where we live now. They were both getting older. I think at the time that we moved here, my father-in-law, Max, was about 89. He was ill. Both of us are retired. Sorry, dry. Okay, drugs just kicked in. That's good. No, so we're both retired. Sherry was flying out here from Minneapolis all the time to help out her mom, who was okay at that time. And then they discovered that, and maybe some of you who are any lawyers here? Good. No, but they discovered, Sherry and her brother were the executors of the estate, and they discovered that if my father-in-law, who was then, like I say, about 90, were to purchase a property contiguous to his own, next door, behind, diagonally, that they could, and have that caregiver live in that house, then that was an asset that couldn't be taken from him if he spent down all this money. So he generously bought the house, and that was basically our inheritance. And you don't look a gift horse in the mouth. Even though growing up, I mean, when I first started seeing Sherry, boy, they hated me. And I don't blame them, but at the time I was a petulant, just a jerk. One time we were nose to nose, me and my mother-in-law. And I thought he was in his 50s, and I was, just a very youngster. And I thought he was going to just kick my butt. He could have too, very strong, but that didn't happen. I just started crying, and he felt sorry for me. As time went on, we mended fences. And even my father-in-law, who was a man of few words, in fact, Max, my father-in-law, never called me by my name. Okay? He just said, "This is my son-in-law." But at the end, he was very ill, and I was on the phone with my mother-in-law, and he said, my mother-in-law said, "Max wants to talk to you." He was pretty sick and wasn't able to verbalize much. So he gets on the phone and he says, Gordy. And I said, who is this? He said, and this is it, I'm going to cry. He said, you're a nice man.
Aww.
So
It's true.
that was cool. And, you know, we've gotten along. So anyway, we got this house, moved out here, and I was kicking and screaming when I came. But it took just a couple of weeks to realize that this is a great place to live. It's like summer camp for old folks, you know. They have everything. It's like a camp. I mean, they have sports. You live here? No. Where do you live? I know you don't live in this room. And are you two related?
No. We're good friends.
You're good friends. Okay. What's your name?
Dawn.
Dawn?
Yes.
And your name?
Cindy.
Dawn and Cindy, ladies and gentlemen. And you know my friends Val and Steven? Not yet. Why did you giggle at that? I mean, they're good people. So anyway, God, I forgot what I was saying. Is it okay if I just start over? Summer camp for old people. Thank you very much, Val.
Good job.
She's always paying attention. So, in fact, and they have all these activities and sports and crafts and clay and this and biking, of course. It's so much like summer camp. My mother, who is 102, well, I already told you that she's passed. So. She's 102 today, but that's not going to work anymore. But she did. Well, sew my name in all my Depends undergarments, so I wouldn't lose them. You got to, timing is everything. But Sherry and I came out here and we learned, took dance classes, and we were not good. But it's cool, we learned all the oldies, you know, the waltz and the tango, and some new ones. We learned the hip hop, replacement, that was a pretty good one. And medical facilities. Most of you probably came from some medical facility just tonight, you know. I was having some problems with halitosis when I moved here. That's why I moved back a little bit. I couldn't find a place to deal with it here or back home in Minnesota. And I finally found a place that deals specifically with halitosis. You know what halitosis is? Okay, then just go back to sleep and I'll get to this. Halitosis. So I found this place that deals with it. It's called Bad Breath and Beyond. I don't know if you I got one applause. Put that in my journal. Cindy, wait, what's your name? Dawn. Clap with that shirt. So yeah, it's great. But you know, getting old and going back to that, other things happen besides, you know, weight gain and all of that. You know, we have all these illnesses. All of a sudden, I'm at the doctor 3 times a week. But what I used to do in Minnesota was I'd come home from work, or even when I retired, and just lay on the couch and watch television. I like all the old shows, like that are on Nick at Night and stuff. And I loved them, you know. I used to watch the Brady Bunch. I was an adult when I was watching the Brady Bunch. I had a real crush on the cute one. What was the cute one's name? Marsha. I was thinking Greg, but that's just me. They are very nice buttocks. And I think the dog was Alice. I'm not sure about that. So you know Alice? I mean, she's okay. I'm okay with the groans. If I didn't tell you this earlier, but this is actually the international symbol for joke. So if I do this, which I think I'm going to be doing a lot, how long have I been up here? Like an hour? And if you laugh, that'd be great. Joey, what did you say?
Seems like 3 or 4.
Yeah.